iPad. Oh yeah? You like it? Yes. How much did you pay? Oh, I paid through the nose for it. Pay? Through the nose? I mean, it cost me an arm and a leg. An arm and a leg? Oh, it was really expensive. You always buy expensive things. Yeah, I should save some money for a rainy day. A rainy day? What, you want to buy an umbrella? No, go learn some words and idioms about money. Okay. Hello, this is Maddie from POC English, and in this lesson, let's talk money. We're going to learn a lot of phrases, words, and idioms that can help you talk about money. And I'm going to show you some cool dialogues, so make sure you watch this lesson to the end. First, let's start by learning some verbs. Now, if you have money, what do you do with it? Maybe you want to buy something, so you should spend your money. I spend a lot of money on traveling. Now, what is the opposite of spending money? You don't pay, you keep, or you save your money. To save is the opposite of spend. I'm saving money to buy a car. Now, instead of save, you can use an informal and beautiful phrase. To put aside some money. I'm putting aside some money to buy a car. Now, if you spend your money on things that you don't need, what verb can you use? Waste. You are wasting your money. Or you can also use the verb squander. Waste, squander, money. Waste money, squander money. For example, she always wastes money on clothes. Or he squanders money on fast food. Now, maybe you are rich and you have some problems, but you want to solve the problems with money. Then you can use this phrase to throw money at the problem. That's what rich people do. They throw money at their problems, but in a reckless way. The company threw money at the problem without understanding what the real cause was. And finally, an informal phrasal verb, to splash out, or to splash out on something. That means to spend a lot of money on something. For example, on my last trip, I splashed out on a 7-star hotel. It was an amazing trip. Before we continue, let's see a mini dialogue. If I had this high salary like you, I would spend it on some fancy clothes. No, dude, I don't want to squander money on unnecessary things. Oh, come on, you earn a lot. Yeah, but I won't splash out. Besides, I need to put aside some money to buy a house. I hope you're enjoying this lesson. In this second part, we're going to talk about price. Now, if you have to pay so much money to buy something, that item is expensive, right? But do you know any other idioms that mean expensive? You can use this one. It costs an arm and a leg. If something costs an arm and a leg, it means when you want to buy it, you have to cut off your arm and leg and pay for it. That means it's very expensive. It costs an arm and a leg. I can't buy that car. It costs an arm and a leg. Another idiom you can use to say expensive is this one. Cost a fortune. If something costs a fortune, that means you have to pay a fortune to buy it. Now, a fortune means a lot of money. So if it costs a fortune, it costs a lot of money. Buying a house costs a fortune. And finally, a very interesting one that I really like and I really find funny, pay through the nose for something. Now, if you pay through the nose for something, you are paying a lot of money for it. I paid through the nose for this watch. That means I paid a lot of money for it. Now, enough with expensive. What if you want to say that something is not expensive? Well, you can say it's cheap, but instead of cheap, are there any idioms we can use? Yes, there are many idioms you can use, but one of them is for a song. Now, for a song means very cheaply. You can use this with the verb go. Go for a song. But what does it mean? If something is going for a song, it means it is being offered at a very low price. This car is priced at just $2,000. It's going for a song. It means it is being sold at a very low price. Instead of saying very cheap, you can also say dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. This house is dirt cheap. You can buy it by only paying $15,000. It's dirt cheap. very cheap. Or here's a beautiful British idiom. As cheap as chips. If something is as cheap as chips, it's very cheap. Chips are not cheap, are they? The car he's going to buy is as cheap as chips. It's very cheap. Now, what if it's not cheap nor expensive? You can say it's reasonably priced. If something is reasonably priced, the amount of money you have to pay is reasonable. It's acceptable. $5 for a pizza? That's reasonably priced. Now it is time to see another dialogue. Did you buy John's car? No, it would cost me an arm and a leg. Come on, man. He's your best friend. He would sell it to you at a dead cheap price. I don't think so. He needs the money. The car is not going for a song. Well, not for a song, but it's reasonably priced. I hope you're enjoying this lesson. And now let's get back to our lesson. And in this third part of the lesson, we're going to learn some cool advanced idioms. First, let's learn the word bargain. Now, if something is a bargain, it means it is being sold at a lower price than its real value. For example, the real value of a phone is $1,000, but if you can buy it at $900, it's a bargain. This shirt was half priced. It was a bargain. Now, there are some people who are always searching for things which are a bargain. Those people are bargain hunters. A bargain hunter is a person who hunts for bargain. They always look for items that are being sold at a lower price than their original value. Jenny is a real bargain hunter. She is always looking for the best deals in online shops. Remember the verb for money? Spend. What was the opposite of spend? Save. Now, why do you save money? Maybe you are saving it for one day in the future, you don't know when, that you may need some money urgently. That day is called a rainy day. No, I'm not talking about rain or weather. I'm talking about a day in the future when you may need to use money in an urgent way. That is a rainy way. So what should you do? You should save money for a rainy day. To save for a rainy day means to save some money for an emergency or an urgent situation in the future that may happen. My father always says, wise people save 20% of their income for a rainy day. Now, if you really want to save for a rainy day and you don't earn a lot of money, well, you have to live on a shoestring. On a shoestring? Yes, on a shoestring means with a very small amount of money. Now, if you live on a shoestring, you are living without spending a lot of money. If you travel on a shoestring, you travel without spending a lot of money. In this way, you can save for a rainy day. I always travel on a shoestring. I never stay in 5-star hotels. A hostel would be good. The next one is make ends meet. To make ends meet, what does it mean? One end, another end, make them meet? To make ends meet means to manage the amount of money you have until the end of the month, until when you will receive your next paycheck. It basically needs to have enough money to buy what you really need. It is really hard to make ends meet these days. A similar idiom with this meaning is to live from hand to mouth. If you live from hand to mouth, you only have enough money for the things you really need, nothing extra. When I was a child, my father earned very little, and there were 5 of us, so we lived from hand to mouth. It means we could only survive. We couldn't buy anything extra, or we couldn't spend our money on trips or anything. Let's say you want to buy a house. Do you have that amount of money in your bank account? Well, if you do, good job. But if you don't, what should you do if you really want to buy a house? Well, you can borrow from the bank. The money you borrow from the bank in order to buy a house is called a mortgage. Mortgage. Now, look at this word, mortgage. Is there any letter in this word that I am not pronouncing? Mortgage. Yes, there is a silent T. Don't pronounce it. It's mortgage. Now, mortgage is the money you borrow from the bank. How do you pay it back? Every month, right? But do you pay the entire amount back at once? No. You pay in installments. What does it mean? Imagine you take a mortgage of $1,000. Now, you will pay back $10 each month for 10 months. That is $1,000, right? In this way, you are paying in installments. It means you're paying in smaller chunks over a period of time. When you take a mortgage, you have to pay back in installments. Now, it is time to see a dialogue. What's up, dude? I feel terrible. These days, I only live from hand to mouth. I can't even make ends meet. Sorry, but you should have saved for rainy days. I know. I should live on a shoestring for a while. I promised my wife to buy a house this year. You want my advice? Yes, sure. For the house, you can take out a mortgage and you can pay it back in installments. And try to be a bargain hunter from now on. And that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, click subscribe. See ya.